Why do you think a morning routine is important? What came to mind?
A number of things, and I think that one of the most important thing is you're starting off your day on a productive foot. Like you're already accomplishing some things at the beginning of the day. And I feel that the morning, or at least for me, that's the only part of my day that I have full control. Like, because I typically wake up before the rest of the house. And so that's the me time. And if I were to do these things later in the day, I'm bound to find some excuses
Mm-hmm.
not to do it. So this allows me to focus on some of the habits I'm trying to create at the time of day that is conducive for me. And this allows me to develop good habits. It reduces the stress. What I also like is I wake up with purpose. I wake up, I got to do these things. I got things to do. So as soon as it forces me to pop out of bed, not hit the snooze button, but I wake up with purpose. And it also helps with my physical and mental health, which I need a lot on both of those.
A lot of help.
Right.
A lot of
And
help needed.
it forces me to take time for myself. Um, I'd also say, and if I don't do it in the morning, I'm going to find an excuse not to do it. But I would say maybe the second most important thing is this is what high achievers do.
Mm.
Like, Cameron, as you know, I'm not that creative, right? But I'm good at doing research, right? Or taking what other people are doing and put my own spin on it. And so I found that a lot of successful people have a strict morning routine. That's reason enough for me to do it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what started me having a morning routine, but then kind of developing one that was more customized to me just reinforces the reason why it's been helpful for me. Cameron, why do you think having a morning routine is important?
Mm. Well, I think I was trying to keep track of your points there. I think you had 9.
There was a ton.
There's 9. I think
It's not
that
a
you
competition.
highlighted. So I actually wrote down 10, but I'm only going to read 4. Is some of the benefits of having a morning routine for me. Number one, mental health for sure. And under that mental health, kind of what came to mind for me was just a stress relief. Is being in our position as an advisor, as a father, as a Christian, is man, there's a lot of stress that comes along with that. And so to be able to kind of push some of that stuff aside is tremendous. Also is mentally challenging. And the reason I wrote that down is part of the mental aspect of it is that, man, is I do lift weights in the morning with my son. And I think the fact that you going out there and I want to say competing, but finishing the rep or staying in the fight is the way that I communicate that to my son. I think that is a really big part of kind of mental conditioning. And right, one of the conversations I've had with my son around that is that, man, if you go to the gym and you watch people just on that last rep or two, man, a lot of people will quit after a second or two of fighting. Very few times do you see somebody stick into that fight for 8-10 seconds or more. And so him and I've had conversations around that. And so just that mental challenge, I think, is a big piece to it. But also I sleep better. I'm healthier. That helps me make way better decisions when it comes to diet. And then 2 last things. Number one is I do feel accomplished. And this is what I led in with on our intro, was that there's a video out there of a gentleman. He's a U.S. Navy admiral. His name is William H. McRaven. And his video is titled, "If You Want to Change the World, Make Your Bed." Great video. You guys may have seen it, but if you haven't, we'll make sure it's in the show notes. Mm-hmm. Watch that. It's probably a 6-minute video, and it is just a tremendous speech that he gives. But there's 2 things that I took away. One is the little things matter, and the first task of many has been completed. Great perspective on starting your day with a morning routine. And the last one that I want to add here, sorry if I'm going long, is that one additional benefit that you'll see is that as a parent, your kids are watching. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I was thinking about kind of the benefits of this morning routine. And that was one of the first ones that came to mind. It's completely intangible. But I started thinking about some of the ways that I hear my kids start to talk. and I've got 2 daughters, and I'll hear them talk about, hey, I want muscles like mom.
Ah,
Right?
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Right. And then the other day I was driving home with my son, and my son made a comment, and he was like, hey, Dad, how long do you think it'll be until I'm as strong as you are?
Oh.
Right. And
As strong or stronger?
stronger is where he was going. And I
Okay.
told him never.
I'm going to talk to him, maybe give him a little hints, some tips.
Right. But man, that was just reinforcing the fact that the kids are always watching. And so whether you guys have conversations about it or not, they're watching what you do. And so that's a great benefit of having a morning routine.
You want to see the entire episode? Click here. If you want to learn how investors use infinite banking to increase their returns and lower their taxes, click here. If you want to see if infinite banking is for you and you have some questions, hop on a discovery call with us and one of our coaches. The link for that will be in the description.